But it's always fun to try
the players are ready.
Let's go into the next match between Trust and Revival. Well,
whoa! This is like LTE warp speed.
LTE warp speed, guys. That's like
KT.
That's like 4G, by the way, guys.
Yeah,
4G in Korea.
The producer really wants to go home or something.
Yeah, man, maybe he wants to watch Game of Thrones. That's what we're gonna do if we get out early. We're gonna go watch Game of Thrones.
Oh yeah.
And season finale. Don't spoil anything.
So spawning in the top left position, playing for CJ Entus, another new player from CJ. His name is Trust, spawning as Yellow Protoss.
Yep. And his opponent in the bottom right-hand position, the Blue Zerg from Evil Genius's Team Liquid, sporting a new haircut that I personally like. His name is Revival.
They really wanted to speed up with the games today.
You know, I actually really like how they just went into it. Like, I actually really like that.
It was like GSL style.
Yeah, like, can we do that more often?
I'm not sure.
Well, we can.
I have to say it was more of a mistake from Trust because I'm pretty sure he pressed start game before he was supposed to do so.
Well, I hope people accidentally quote unquote do that.
Well, you get a warning if you did that before the referee told you to do so.
Oh. Okay. Well.
Which can also result in minus
game,
points. Man. So it's his first game. He's probably going to get a warning, but not a minus points.
Yeah. Right, well, Revival just doing the standard 14 pool here. This is actually, I believe, the first PvZ we're going to get to cast today. Seeing a lot of Protoss, a lot of PvTs.
And look at this, Revival saying, well, I don't want to get pylon blocked. I'm just going to get a second hatchery at the bottom left position.
Yeah, he's basically like, hey, I'm not going to fall for your crap. All right, Trust going with the Nexus first opening. Going to follow that up with the Forge, of course. A very standard opening in PvZ. Can't get over his haircuts. He looks like he's in the army right now because the sides are shaped and we can't see the top part.
Oh yeah, definitely.
He looks like he reminds me of
actually a valid
Hero.
point.
Looks like Firebat Hero a little bit when he was playing for Air Force Ace in the army.
Yeah, but he doesn't look as fierce as Firebat Hero.
I don't know, man. Revival's got a pretty fierce look to him.
And also, he doesn't have a dark skin tone.
Well, I think it's a little bit. It looks darker.
No, it can't be as dark as Firebat Hero. That's one thing.
Oh, all right. I guess you're the expert on that. You got pretty dark skin for an Asian, I guess.
Yeah, but Firebat Hero, he has darker skin.
You're paler than me, man.
Oh,
or I'm
God.
paler than you.
Oh god, and you're from Florida.
I am from Florida. But I'm also a nerd that plays Starcraft all day, which means I don't go outside in the sun.
What? What?
It was a joke, man.
I know.
You're terrible, man. You are terrible.
It's like we're all out of it after the RCS yesterday.
Yeah, a little bit. But we're still here casting for you guys.
Now we do have a Zergling sneaking inside. That's not going to kill any probes unless Trust is too nervous at this point. So this is going to be a true test. Is Trust really nervous at this point, or is he on top of his micro today?
No. Revival seems to be the one on top of his micro.
Yeah, but Trust also needs to make sure the probe does not get taken out.
Oh, very close.
It was a little bit annoying, but Trust did not lose a single probe. So for a time being, he's on top of his game. For a time being.
For the time being. Yep. Well, Revival is going to get his other hatchery up, so he's going to be going up to 3 bases early on in the game. And, of course, that's what you do against Protoss nowadays when they go for the Nexus first, because Protoss can't really punish you if you get the fast third hatchery if they go for the Nexus first.
Unless you want to try to go for a 2-base all-in attack.
Yeah.
Which is sometimes we see it happen in Pro League, but because the Protoss players are so great at scouting, Zerg players, they just get a third hatchery up anyways.
Revival 0 for 0 on probes, man.
Well, if you have a single Zergling and a single probe,
yeah,
the Zergling cannot get a probe because the shield regenerates faster than the Zergling's catching up to the probe.
Right, Stargate Tech on the way for Trust. Pretty standard opening from him. I feel like ZVP, it's become so standardized if you go for that Forge Expand opening.
Stargate is like the must-go. It's like watching Brood War all over again.
It's the go-to.
Now, I would like to see some players go for a really fast Twilight Council and then, go for... there was time back in Brood War where players decided to go for Stargate a little bit late and get a lot of charge less out and try to go for harassment while checking into Stargate. But we're not seeing that happen as this is the most solid opening in Heart of the Swarm against Zerg players.
Yeah, most common, you get that map control with the Phoenix. It's, of course, very useful. You force spores in your opponent's base, and you take away that map control from them. So it's, you know, the investment, it's generally worth it. And the Phoenix, you know, Trust is going to reveal it. He's not afraid to show his opponent what he's up to. You know, opening the Stargate is so common nowadays that Zergs expect it.
Yeah, and he's just going to transition. Okay, so first Phoenix takes out the Overlord.
Trying to be cute with the micro a little bit there, flying that Phoenix all around. Roach Warren on the way for Revival, putting it at the third base, also helping the Sim a little bit.
But it feels like it's going to get scouted because the Phoenixes are going to go towards the left bottom position first and then get a complete scout on what his opponent has. But going to stop for a few seconds to take out the Overlord.
Ooh, actually 3 Overlords going to get picked off here, so that's a pretty nice trade for Trust. And he may even get that 4th one.
This is actually really nice because Revival was trying to hide the Overlords around the map. So now he's supply block, but this also means that he can't turn them into Overseer and get a complete scouting inside the main base with the Overseer.
Yep, it's true. If this Overlord gets killed off here as well, that will be really good for Trust, but nope.
Gonna get unscouted. Now behind this, since Trust decides to make up to 3 Phoenixes and continue to do so, he's gonna go for the 3 Gateways and the Robo, a standard follow-up after Stargate.
Alright, we got Mothership Core on the way as well, +1 attack. Protoss player up to 51 probes, so he's really focusing on his economy. Everything's looking pretty solid from Trust so far.
Yeah, he's going to take a third base pretty soon at this point.
Yeah. Alright, getting additional gas for the Zerg player. The layer's completed. We don't see his tech path just yet.
A little bit disappointed that he's actually not bringing his main army around the third base to make sure that there aren't any Zerglings over there.
Actually, nice pick off there from Revival. Gets the probe. Is going to delay that expansion by just you know, a few more seconds.
Yeah, you just want like 1 Zealot at the natural to finish the wall, and then send like, you know, a few sentries and Zealots over there at the third base to make sure you take out the Zergling and make sure the piling gets down right away. Behind this, there's Hydra Lesten from Revival, as he's just going to transition into standard Roach Hydra.
Yeah, the Ling Roach composition not as common anymore in Heart of the Swarm.
Yeah, it's just easy to defend against it, and the Hydra steal a lot of DPS against the Protoss army.
Yeah, the speed upgrade for the Hydras really helped change things around.
Now, Trust also needs to start making some cannons over there because he doesn't know when the Zerglings are going to come. He does have a nice scouting with the Phoenixes, however, and he's going to see the Hydras pop up.
Yep. The Hydras are revealed. The Phoenix are going to get out of there. Revival going for a 4th base now. And, you know, why not, man?
Do we not have a Robo-Bay from our Protoss player?
No, man. He's just getting Immortals in the attack upgrade. Spire on the way. 20 Zerglings from Revival.
So he's just going to go for the Immortals behind this. He got the Twilight Council up just in time for the Blink and +2 to start. But how do you feel about this pure Gateway and Immortal army against the Hydra Roach composition from his opponent?
Well, I feel like he should get some splash here. There's no reason to not go for it. You can get it. We're going to have to see what his gameplay or game plan pans out for it, too.
Oh, okay.
Smart. Showing that Colossus.
I guess he wants to force a lot of Corruptors out from his opponent, saying that I'm going for Colossus right now against your Hydra, and he's just going to try to power his way through with a lot of Immortals and Sentries with perfect force fields.
Yeah, he could potentially pull that off. It's going to be hard, though.
It's going to be hard, but he's trying to make it do so. And look at this. Instead of making Hydras, now Revival is making some Roaches behind us. So Spire is finishing up, but those Sentries getting caught out of position. This is not what Trust wanted.
Oh, no, this is actually really bad. Oh, Trust. A few of his Sentries here getting picked off, and now that's up to 3 down, and not looking great for Trust here, forcing some force fields. He's going to have to be very careful. Revival up to 177 supply. His economy is in great shape. And I think he can just go for a big push here and potentially kill off this third base.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of Hydras in the back, and I don't know how he can deal against the Hydras unless he has a perfect warping of Zealous in the middle of Hydras over there.
All right, more reinforcements, Stalkers. The Blink isn't done yet, and the supplies here, I think Revival can just attack this army head on.
Yeah, well, he's still using the gateways as part of the wall and going to use some force fields. The Immortals are still alive and well. Phoenix is also helping out from the back. Nexus Cannon also eating away some of the army, but is that going to be enough? No, as Trust's main army is getting torn apart right now.
Yeah, it looks like Trust, he was out of position, got a little bit nervous. The force fields weren't that good, and he lost a lot of units early on. The extra force fields would have been really useful in Revival. I think he's got this game in the bag, man.
He's got the game in the bag as the Hydras are just eating away on the probes, and even if he defends barely, he lost a lot of economy. He lost his main army.
GG. Game number 2 going to Evil Geniuses. Team Liquid, Revival with this new haircut showing that it's all in the hair. The hair makes the man.
I was a little bit disappointed by the fact that he didn't go for Colossus right away.
Yeah, that was a little bit weird. I think he just wanted to fake out his opponent, maybe go for a timing or something afterwards, but you know, I think that Trust was a little bit nervous that game, and it showed.
His concept was to not go for Colossus, use infinite force fields. But the problem is you're not going to have any force fields if the sentries are caught out of position.
Yeah, that's true. All right, well, the score is now tied up 1-1 between CJ Entis and Evil Genius's Team Liquid. Nice try for Trust, but just, you know, not enough. And the next match, it's going to be Effort versus Oz as ZVP on Akalon Waste, so don't go anywhere. We'll be back after this commercial break.